coffee this morning. Good morning. I'm Claire-Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. It's a new week. I was away for the weekend and I really enjoyed it. Wow, it was so relaxing. The fight night was incredible. It was so much fun. Amazing fights. How was everyone else's weekend? Was it good? Got back yesterday afternoon on a second ferry because they've overbooked it so much that they had to send another one. So there's a lot of tourists here again, which is cool. It was a good weekend. I really enjoyed it. Very relaxing too. I had like the whole day at the beach one of the days. Oh, I went training too, but hi Maria. Hi Jonathan. How are you? So I'm going to be pulling cards out. Pulling cards out for the collective. Doing some channeling for the collective, but I'm also going to be giving mini reads as well. If you're interested in a mini read, check out the pinned comment up top if you're on live here with me. If you're watching the replay, come along live sometime. I do this 3 times a week, same time. Same time. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for me in the mornings. That could be your Sunday, Tuesday, or Thursday evening. Just be aware of that. Hey, Timothy. Hey, Christine. Haven't seen you for a while. We rested all day. Restful weekend. I like it. Oh, mine was so restful. And even coming home was like chill. It was great, right? So we turned up and me and my friend, we went in search for a hotel. And so I was trying to find the one that I stayed in last time by the beach, but I couldn't figure it out. It was like 3 years ago, so things have changed, right? A lot has changed. A lot has closed down. But went to one and had lunch there that was on the beach, and they were all booked up. And he said, oh, there might be some behind, which is like the one that's next to the gym. It was literally like probably about 35 seconds walk from the gym to my hotel. And then about the same, about 30-second walk to the beach from there. It was perfect. I loved it. So I had an extremely chill weekend. And then on the other side of the gym was the 7-Eleven. So, I mean, you just got everything that you need. Opposite the gym was a Thai restaurant that was good too. You've been really going through it, Christine, hey? Your weekend was great, Timothy? Recovery yesterday. Let's get some cards out for the collective. Got throat stuff going on. It's probably because I was sat on the pier for a long time yesterday, breathing in diesel fumes, you know, that come off the boats and stuff, and they were building there as well. Oh, we got grace. Things being in the flow. My nails match my top. I need like a trophy for being girly or something. It's just so not who I've been for such a great part of my life, but now I really feel like I'm nailing it. Grace, so in the flow, good things happening and all of that. And I forgot to put a bracelet on. I'm going to rectify that after I've got a cat out of the bag. Yeah, good to see you back, Christine. Wow, yes, you have been going through it. The floods seem terrible. I hope my stuff in storage is okay. On the Gold Coast, Southport. Unconditional love. Nice. We're talking things in the flow and unconditional love. I like the sound of that. How about you guys? I need a bracelet. I feel like I'm not dressed without it properly. Oh, this is tricky. You see, I got get my nails done now, but it's hard to do stuff now. A can of Coke at the end of the fight night. Everyone else was drinking beer, and it would make me sick if I drink beer at the end of the night. So I got a can of Coke, and I couldn't open it. I can't open it with these nails without breaking them. I was like, how do I do this? Hey, April. Good to see you here. Okay. Now I'm going to get some Lenormand cards out. So yeah, if anyone wants a mini read and is on live here with me, check the pinned comment up top of the live chat. Tells you how to do it. There's a PayPal link in there for donations. That's my preferred method. You can use Super Chat or Super Sticker if you want. After you've done your donation, then if you've got a question to ask for your higher self, or if you just want general guidance, make sure you put a capital Q just at the start of your comment, and then I can see it really easily amongst the comments there. Hey, Jessica. Let's get in that flow of unconditional love. Cross isn't a good start. This is the burdens, although it might be talking about us dropping those burdens. Cross. Our cross to bear. Martyrdom. It's my cross to bear. This always happens to me. Could be talking about stuff like that. And then we've got the fox. I want to read the fox because I'm not so sure about the fox. As cunning as a fox. Is it about that? Thank you, April. Fox. If you forgive a fox for stealing your chickens, he will steal your sheep. A Georgian proverb. Kind of true, isn't it? It is. It is. It's true. It just reminded me of something that when I was telling one of my friends, a customer friend, about a guy I was having a problem with here on the island, and I said, he'll end up in prison. She said, oh, you shouldn't wish harm on people like that. I'm not wishing it. I'm pointing it out. He's going to end up in prison. That's not a wish. That's being straight up, seeing the red flags kind of thing, seeing the writing on the wall. It's noticing and being straight about it, yeah? And sometimes we can, in our niceness, not want to do stuff like that, like her reaction to what I was saying there. It's like, no, be nice kind of thing. It's like, but if we are blindly trying to see good in someone that is clearly not, then we get ourselves into trouble, right? The fox card depicts a conniving creature nuzzling a beautiful woman, posing as a pet or a plaything. This life fox is a false friend. Oh, false friend who's tricked this woman into trusting him. I trusted you, and letting him close. Oh, sneaky. So it's like a narcissist then, eh? This card indicates that someone you think you know may be manipulating you or using you to further his or her own agenda. This card may refer to personal situations, the deceptions, and duplicity at work. The appearance of the fox is warning you to keep your eyes open. Do not allow yourself to be charmed and taken in by an attractive con artist. Yeah, we've got to be wary. We've got to be wary when they're really nice to us. So what's wrong with you? Why are you being nice to me? Why aren't you just normal? This card also may refer to fraudulent financial schemes. You can avoid falling into the fox's trap by remaining vigilant and responsible. So that's it. We've got burdens. Let's be vigilant and responsible. Maria, your property went on the market Saturday morning. Awesome. Had a potential buyer for you on the afternoon. Wow. That's fast. Wow. You got different laws and stuff about selling houses, don't you, and buying houses in Scotland. I remember someone saying that. So someone's trying to manipulate us. We've got burdens, and then someone's trying to manipulate us. Huh? Oop. And choices to make as a result. Yes, there are choices to make as a result. We can't expect someone to change, right, if they're being manipulative and all of that. We've got to see it and then make a choice about it. Because we can be nice people and good people and lament all we like that other people aren't. But we don't live in a perfect world. We're not going to be that. We've got to take people as they are and wise up to people as they are. Not so that we do the same. And we're not doing the same when we do that, when we see people clearly. Just so that we don't. Oh, you're not in Scotland. You're in Devon. Why did I think you're in Scotland? Or is that just me? I thought you're in Scotland. Are you Scottish? Quite a Scottish name. I don't know why I thought you were in Scotland. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Dog. Devon's nice. So a loyal heart. There's that unconditional love. And ship. There's movement on that front. Or travel. Yes. It's me yesterday on about 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 1 hour. To put an end to something. So a loyal heart is traveling to put an end to something. And what else? A bear. Protective force. Oh, with this old, mature love. You're from Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton. Lilies. I like that. Protective force. Okay. Probably something to do with this. Loyal heart, protective force. And a tree. What's the tree? I can't remember. I'm getting better at these cards now. 5. Tree. Jennifer. Wolverhampton. Tree. A single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees, says Amelia Earhart. The lush green tree exudes health and vitality. The tree's about health. Gets us closer to nature. Feeling better physically and spiritually. It's all kinds of well-being. It's all kinds of well-being. So someone's protecting us. Someone with a mature sense of love is protecting us from something. To keep maybe the relationship healthy, but also themselves healthy. It could be someone that's been going through stresses. This could be you. This could be someone else. So someone with burdens, because there's a manipulative person in their life. They're having to make some strong choices here. This could be you or someone else. A loyal heart. They're making movements now to put an end to something. And that can be really tricky if we're dealing with a fox kind of a person, can't it? We've got to be careful. So protective force. I feel it's this person is a protective force as well because they've got a mature sense of unconditional love going on there. So they're not going to subject you to something. You're not going to subject them to something if it's the other way around. Because well-being is important, right? So yeah, this is a story of someone making change in their life. When we look at it this way, someone with a loyal heart who's very protective of those they love has got burdens. Someone who is manipulative, sly, manipulative, and they're making moves maybe to recapture this. Maybe to recapture this Lily's thing. So a sly person is making moves to, I feel like, stop this. I feel that's what it's saying, is stop this mature kind of love. So someone's throwing spanners in the works, trying to be manipulative to stop, to prevent this mature kind of love to happen. There's choices to be made about ending things for their own well-being. So here we're talking about someone who has got to the point where they realize they have to make a move now. They've got to do something. They've got to make a choice. They've got to put the burdens down, but they've got to be very careful about this person because they want to protect everyone else involved. That's what we're talking about today, apparently. But things are flowing, and we've got unconditional love there. So that's a good thing, hey? April. Anyone else want a mini read? I'm going to do some mini reads now. I think we've only got April in so far. Well, let's do them. Because April always does a big donation with multiple questions. Oh. Thanks for your donation. Matt came for a spontaneous visit. Has so much trauma that he's healing from. Comes in waves for him. Not being able to see his kids as much as they did before the divorce. That's hard. Such a strong sadness. Yeah. Seeks relief with alcohol. Needs to deal with the trauma. Yep. I recommended EMDR trauma therapy. Anyway, it's obviously upsetting to me. Throws my emotions off. Yeah, because you've got a similar wound. Yeah. I mean, trouble around kids. Parenting of kids, I should say. Want him to be healed, not use alcohol as a medicine. Yeah, we want that, don't we? But then it's not necessarily. You see, we use these things as crutches. And to say to someone, I would really prefer that you walked instead of using your crutches, is not seeing where they're at. If they need crutches, they need crutches. We self-medicate for a reason. And it's not just because we're too lazy to do the other thing. It's because our leg's hurting and we can't put our weight on it. We need crutches. Yeah, so you live prop. I haven't got a donation, but it might just be emails coming through slow. We'll see. Someone else was from Scotland, probably. I'm also getting you both mixed up. Yeah, so I noticed that one time when I was sharing a house with someone whose husband had just lost his father, and he was they were somewhere else, and they were like in another country, and they were calling often, of course, to talk. Anyway, she was worried about him. She talked to me about that, about smoking pot. It wasn't about drinking, it was about smoking pot. And she was like, I wish you wouldn't. I wish you would deal with the trauma instead of smoking pot. And I said, well, that's a bit mean. That's a bit mean because he's there by himself in another country, having to go through all of his dad's possessions and going through the grief as well, all by himself, without you there. And he's smoking pot. He's got a crutch, that's all it is. He's got a crutch. Thank you, Jessica. So there's the ideals, yeah. But if someone's not ready, then they're not ready. I mean, and I think of my story with alcohol as well, is that I just wasn't ready. I hadn't got to the point of being healed enough to not need that anxiety crutch that alcohol gave me. It would have been extremely traumatic for me without that. It was self-medication. So just be careful of that, because of course there's the ideal, but we're human beings, right? Feeling, yeah, emotionally and physically exhausted because of being support, yeah. Wow, yeah. So this is more of a mirror, isn't it? It's a wound, mate. It's someone whose wounds are bringing up your own stuff. Just bring it down here. I'm looking in the wrong place. Gratitude and choose to change. Someone's wounds are bringing up your own stuff, and that's why it's exhausting to you, because you're getting too involved in it. Like we can have someone go through something, even when we love them, and not being like involved in it and feeling it and all of that. We can be there with them, but when we're feeling it, when we're doing the empath thing and fully feeling it, it's because we've got that same thing inside of ourselves. So you're recognizing that, right? That it's brought up your own stuff. It's like the most traumatizing thing, stuff around our children and co-parenting, isn't it? So this is your guidance to try and be grateful for it, because there's changes, not in them, not in him, but in you. In you. There's changes to make, not in you, but new decisions to make around you. Initiate and feel it. There you go. There you go. So this is about feeling it. Yeah. And that's why you don't want him to use alcohol, because you want him to feel it. And so it's a mirror. It's a mirror. It's not that he's ready to do that at all, or that there's a problem with him using alcohol. It's the reason it is using alcohol is because it's too much to feel. And it is, right? It's really traumatic. It's too much to feel at the moment for him. Or how did you ignore your feelings? It's coming out now in you, but sure, you might not have used alcohol, but you used some kind of thing, because if you're feeling it now, then you were using some kind of a tactic to suppress those feelings and not feel it, which is normal, because it's really traumatic. Like, I'm looking back at my life and I've had some terrible things happen to me, but by far the worst thing I've been through is my ex-husband alienating my kids from me. By far, the rift in those relationships. It's the worst thing that's happened to me. Yeah. And so that is hard to feel. Like, you'd have to be a hardcore psychopath to want to feel fully those things. Yeah. Thank you, Anne. You would. So he's come in, dropped in to get you to feel it. This is about you, not about him. He's a trigger as a wound mate, and someone that's come into your life to bring this up again for you to feel it. Because you're ready, he's not ready, you're ready to deal with your next part of it. And there are changes to make. Look, April, your intuition is telling you need to empower yourself. This is about standing up for yourself. So when we're feeling disempowered, we can't really feel all of that gnarly stuff, because we can't do anything about it. So it makes it really stressful. You know, if you're feeling something that's really horrible, really traumatic, and there's nothing you can do about it, that's like self-punishment. Yeah, it's so stressful when we can't do anything about it. It's like thinking about the war and getting really emotionally involved in that when you don't have a part in it at all. You can't do anything about it. That's stressful when we do that. So it's better to kind of not be involved in those things that we have no power over. But you do have power over some things. And when the time comes for you to feel those things, it's because you're ready to take some more power in the situation. Now, this is not the same, but it's similar. It's not similar even, but it's got the same principle. So I was raped multiple times throughout my life, from being a child to early 30s. The last one was the one for the first time that I got help with. And getting that help allowed me to feel it fully, to get to the point where I said, this can never happen to me again, because I won't survive it. Feeling it fully, I recognized I would have killed myself if I ever went through that again. But fully feeling it, I knew I had to take action on it. And so public prosecution took him to court. I didn't take him to court. Public prosecution took him to court. And that was an act of standing up for myself to finish these things, yeah, to empower myself. It didn't work. These court cases don't work, right? They are on the side of the guy. Don't want to mess up his life. But it was still really important for me to do that, even though it's like extra trauma. It's still important for me to do that, to empower myself. There's stuff with your ex here. You need to stand up and speak out and be stronger and fight, is what this is saying. And that's the power that's going to take this sadness. It's going to make it less stressful. That makes sense. So, wow. And that at the full moon. Very interesting. Jessica. Let's do Maria first. Maria, high self-guidance with emotional feelings. Emotional feelings. Excuse me. Okay. Writing your feelings down to be heard. Messaging somebody or sending a letter. Take your time with it. Make sure that all your feelings come out. Maria, you need to not speak it all, write it all down, of course, with the right card, to be heard properly. Not a back and forth conversation. Excuse me. Not a back and forth conversation, text conversation or anything like that, but a considered this is everything, and then click send. Emotions go around and around, causing stress in us if we don't express them. I don't know about you. So you got that the wrong way around. That's a money request, not a donation. I don't know about you, but if I'm talking face to face with someone, I tend not to get everything out that I need to. In the moment, in a conversation, especially when it's emotional, always afterwards I think, oh, I should have said that, and this, and I didn't bring that up, and I wanted to say that. But writing it down, you can be fully heard. So there's somebody to express these emotions to get it out of you. Accept what is in service. So, okay. So you've been of service to someone, you've helped someone out. The universe gets us to do that sometimes. And sometimes we don't see that clearly, and we think that person is for us, or that, to get something out of it. And we can be hugely disappointed by people as a result. So this is saying, like, accept what is. You've been of service to someone, and maybe they didn't have that much for you, or anything for you, in fact. You can't claw it back afterward and expect something from them. This is especially true when we go for the broken, for the damaged. If we choose people like that, if we get attracted to people like that because we like helping and healing and stuff like that, and then we're like gutted afterwards that we didn't get anything back from them, it's like, well, it's like going to a beggar on the street who's got no money at all, completely harmless, doing something for them and then going, where's my stuff? Not going to the right people that have got anything to give. So you need to accept that you've been of service to somebody, and it's probably from kind of reaching down to them in the first place, which of course that's what it's about. If you reach down to help someone else, then you are being of service to them, but you're not going to get stuff back. Hello, New Life Prop. Okay, Jessica. High self-guidance for Jessica. Thanks for your donation, Jessica. And then we've got Anne next. New Life Prop. There you go. Jessica. High self-guidance for you. Validate your own choices and own your own ideas. Okay, so you don't need permission from others, and you don't need validation from others. You don't need someone to say yay or nay. You don't need someone to say yay. Do that thing. Validate your own choices and do your own thing. Especially if you're kind of looking for opinions. Pretending that you're looking for opinions, but really looking for validation. Do your own stuff without asking people so much, is what that's saying. In a big way, because both of those cards are both about that. Owning your idea, the ideas that you've been given are from spirits, from your higher self, so it's for ours to run with. Meditate and appreciate yourself. Appreciate yourself. You're actually more of an authority than the people that you're asking for authority from. That's quite profound, isn't it? You're more of an authority than the people that you're asking authority from. So appreciate yourself and know your place, and stop thinking that everyone else is above you. Jessica? Because they're not. New Life Prop, let's find your question. General relocation. General relocation. You're moving, are you? You're wanting to move. Okay. So you've got connections and flowing. So this is about people you know. People helping you, people, maybe not helping you isn't the right way to put it. It's more, because helping you might seem like someone's going to do it for you. It's not that. It's people giving you a clue, giving you an idea, giving you a clue. We could, ask someone to help us, like, I don't know where to go or something, can you help me? And they can't really do much about that. But if you didn't ask them for help and you just started talking about stuff, they might go, oh, have you thought about this place? Which is just like an idea popping in the head. My plant got blown off the side last night because there was a storm. So it's not so stable and happy at the moment, my chili plant. I'm just watching that cat. So this is about so much people helping you, but it's about people giving you clues, right? So talk about it with the people around you about this move, this relocation, because they'll have spirit works through us, right? And especially when it works through a lot of people, especially when we're not emotionally invested in something. So someone's not stressed out about a move or anything like that. They're not thinking about it. That's when spirit can get through the easiest and pop things into our mind. So you've probably experienced this, talking to someone and a place name or something, or have you tried this? It just pops into your mind. You're not invested in it. They haven't asked you for help, but something's popped into your mind and you tell them. And it ends up being like exactly what they needed to hear. Other people will do that for you. Touch, be still, keep quiet. Okay. And this is saying to listen more to that then. So it's saying to listen more. This is about not so much asking people for the answers or asking people for help. It's about letting spirit speak through them and give you the help. But you need to listen more in order to do that. Touch card is about a little bit. So you're listening a little bit at the moment. You need to listen more. You need to be more perceptive to those clues that are coming. I don't know why, but that's reminded me of, I had a massage shop ages ago. Wow. I used to do my readings and energy healings and massage. But one day, I don't even remember it, but I was giving someone a massage. I only remember it because they came back to see me. And apparently I was giving a massage and they were talking about the mom, I think. And they said, she's got this thing. I don't know what it was. I can't even remember what it was. And I said, have you heard about, actually I can't even remember the name of it. That Manuka honey. Have you heard about that? Now, that's not a thing at the time that I'd ever used or anything, but it's something that popped into my head. And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, I don't know anything about it either. I haven't, but you might want to look into that. Anyway, she came back to see me and she said, you won't believe it. She said that you told me about the honey last time. And I got some for my mum. She started putting it on this thing and it completely healed it. I'm like, wow. Something that I didn't even know. I think I'd heard about it before, but I'd never used it. I've never had it myself or used it. So it's amazing. And we need to pay attention to stuff like that too. So I don't know what's going on with your move, New Life Prop, but it seems to me like you're looking for help. And this is saying that the universe is helping you, but it's more subtle and you need to listen more. Because it's not going to tell someone this, and this, and this to tell you. It's going to give each person a clue when it gets through. Yeah. Thanks for your donation, Anne. Hope. Hi, Hope. How's self-guidance in your current love situation? Yeah, April. Okay, Hope. Love situation. Oh, what did you say? Forgive yourself. Communicate. What did you say? Camera's woman. Did you say something that you regret? Because it seems that way to me. You need to forgive yourself for it. Like I said, we're all human beings, right? We've got egos. All of us. We all do that. We can all be mean. We can all like satisfy our ego instead of doing what we know is the right thing, of not saying that thing that the little devil on our shoulder tells us to say. But we're human beings, so sometimes it comes out. That's all right. We don't have to be perfect. So forgive yourself. You're human. It's okay. It's okay to be human. Right, and judgment separates. Okay. So something's definitely gone on. Or is it them? Is it them that said something to you that they regret? So once that forgiveness has been found, then communication needs to happen. But again, like Maria's, write it down. Because written with all the thoughts, not a back and forth text message conversation, but proper written, all your ideas down. Because there's a bit of a rift going on here. A rift as in, I'm feeling like heart resistance kind of thing. You know, when you kind of get a little bit cold to someone because they've said something and you're just like, well, I'm not going to answer them. I'm not going to answer that phone kind of thing. Just last time for someone, that resistance that we get, there's that going on, probably on both sides now. That's the judgment separates thing. Forgiveness is the key. Which way around was it? Hope. Yeah, forgiveness is key anyway. If it was them, they're human. It happens. It's a retaliation thing, isn't it? It's not necessarily what we deep down think and our opinion when it comes out. It's just the little devil on the shoulder. It's our ego lashing back. Sue sent a money request instead of a donation. You did it the wrong way around. I'm just going to go in and cancel that. So if you want to do a donation, Sue, I've got your question already. You don't need to put your question back in. Merry Christmas, Sue Anthony. Cancel that. There you go. That's cancelled. Try again. Both of you, yeah. Oh, you reached out to him after promising. Yeah, do the forgiveness thing first. Self-forgiveness stuff. And then write it down. Not in a just a reach out kind of thing, but to get all of those thoughts out. You might want to take your time doing that, Hope. Yikes. Okay, I've done them all. But just waiting on Sue. Let's get into tarot then for the collective, and we'll come back to Sue's question later. Menopause news. And because I was away, I didn't have my stuff with me. I wasn't eating any soy. And I thought, I wonder if like 2 days without soy will have an effect on me. It didn't. I didn't get hot flashes back or anything. What I did get is sore boobs, and I've just got sore boobs now. Like sore boobs when you, before a period, sore like that. But that used to be short-lived for me. Unless I was pregnant, it'd be a bit longer lived. But this is like 2 days of sore boobs. Anyone else menopause will do that? Get that? I hope it's not going to be like this for a long time. Thanks, Sue. Oh, let's do Sue before we move on. I have my mum's engagement ring in a box near my bed. Twice it's gotten out of the box on its own. Oh, how interesting. I was doing readings yesterday with this deck. When I got home, I did work with this deck here. And I'd shuffled and I put cards out for this reading, and then I put it down. And then I started doing the reading. And then the top card went like that. It jumped off. And I'm like, what? And the card was, it wasn't this, but there's the dreamer. The card was really pertinent to the reading. When things do, like, they shouldn't, right? Things shouldn't jump like that, but they do. It's like spirit. It's like, there you go, have that one. Let's find out why. Thanks for your donation, Sue. What's Mum trying to tell you? Okay. Sue, this is about your love life. Your mum's trying to give you a message about your love life. And it's about being vulnerable. That's about hang on. I'm a little bit slower at mediumship readings than high self readings. There's something here about a saying that you don't necessarily choose the best people, and you make yourself vulnerable. Something about the past here and choices that you made where you kind of ended up in strife because of your choices of people. A little bit too generous with people, letting the wrong ones in. You've made yourself vulnerable. Let's get more out of that. But I'm just wondering why she's throwing the ring about now. Because, yeah, she wants you to know that you're good enough and that you deserve better, and that you don't need to let these kind of people in and make yourself vulnerable to them. There's that thing about we need to be vulnerable and in love, but that doesn't mean that when we're feeling vulnerable, that's love. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we need to be vulnerable. Love is about being vulnerable and opening up. That doesn't mean like choose the person that makes you feel the most vulnerable and then try and have a relationship with them because that's love. No. I was trying to say that you deserve better and to stop choosing people that make you feel vulnerable. You don't need to. You can choose people like that bear card said that protect you. She seems to want to bring it back to your childhood of like friends that weren't good for you and things like that, almost in the like, see, you chose that person and I told you. It's not a coincidence that it's her engagement ring because it's about relationships. She wanted to say it's about relationships. You don't need to feel that vulnerable in a relationship. It's not good. It's probably a good message for everybody, that. Because we have all heard that, right? That open up and be vulnerable in order to love. But that's a scary message, isn't it, when you think about it? If you think about people that have been used to abuse and stuff like that, that's a scary message. It could be to some people encouraging them to put up with all kinds of negative feelings that are telling you about red flags in somebody. Anyway, your mum wants to help you. She might want to freak you out as well because you've got the mystery card. She wants to help you. Talk to her. Talk to her, Sue, and ask her, okay, so show me who I should be picking. Because I think if you met someone that you should be picking, the feeling that you would get from them wouldn't be an attractive feeling to you. It wouldn't feel like attraction to you. I think that is what's going on. I just need to brush my hair, it's annoying me. I had a pretty scary realization because all the abuse that I went through. I had a scary realization that I was mistaking fear for love. And it seems similar to this. You might be mistaking the feelings of vulnerability and fear for attraction. Anyway, your mum wants to help you in love. Oh. Okay, let's get some cards out for the collector. What are we talking about again? About someone making new choices because they've got some sneaky, not so much sneaky around them, manipulative. Trying to throw spanners in the works. Oh, who's this one? The Nine of Fire. Who's that? We haven't seen him for a while. I'm used to my fire gods. He's Pluto. Some say that the only absolutes in life are death and taxes. Pluto reigns over these infamous aspects of the human experience. He does so with cool composure and promises. He has got a very serene kind of an energy there. Oh. This is the inevitable. This heralds the inevitable. Writings on the wall. You know how I was saying about when you just know someone's going to end up in prison, when you see the red flags, the writing's on the wall. You might want to wish better, but the writing's already on the wall. It's inevitable. The Nine of Fire says it's not a surprise. We see them coming. We know we should prepare, but we resist. The changes Pluto promises are usually difficult and ones we'd rather forgo. Whilst that's not possible, there is at least the promise of riches at the end of the journey. Yeah, this is about the inevitable, the writing on the wall. We know it's coming. We know it's going to be like that. We should not resist and make those changes. We should make the changes that we know we need to make. So it's that kind of feeling where you don't want to open your credit card bill when it comes. Put it in the drawer straight away with the rest of them. You don't even want to look at it. It's inevitable that you have to do something about it. It's that kind of a feeling. Or it could be about a relationship as well. I think we're more likely talking about relationships. And then the One of Fire. That's another card that we don't have out very often. And the 9 and the 1 make 10. Which is the end of the burdens, right? We started out with the Llewllyn and it's talking about burdens. The end of the burdens. The Warrant of Fire is just looked at the light. It's exciting. The sun. There's a saying about people who are very self-centered. We say that such people think they're the center of the universe. In the case of the sun, it's somewhat true, for this heavenly body is the center of the solar system. The power of the sun keeps the planets in their orbits. Everything is, therefore, directly related to the sun. Besides being an intense gravitational provider, the sun is the solar system's source of heat and light. Its existence is defined by its ability to shine. Astrologically, the sun highlights what area we wish to desire to excel at. It identifies our core personality, shapes our sense of self, and shapes our sense of self. The sun shines a light on who we think we are. Core personality. The Ace of Fire represents a strong personal energy at work. This card is something we wish very much to do, not just well, but excellently. It's a hotly burning desire that can be directed and used to light a project, large or small, and has the potential to create glorious fireworks or even just delightful sparks. It's very good. I do like the Ace of Fire energy. So there's a new start. that's inevitable. It's exciting. It's also a little bit scary. Mm. So she didn't like your ex. She wanted to like your last relationship. There you go. That's what she was telling you. She sees you. And she wants to help you. So ask her who you should be with. Oh my God. Could you imagine? I wouldn't want to be with a guy that my mum would pick for me. I wouldn't wear the clothes that my mum would pick for me because I didn't. I said I wouldn't be seen dead in the stuff that and she said the same. She wouldn't be seen dead in my clothes either. Good. For a relationship, oh God, I can just imagine the kind of guy that she'd choose for me. It's not the kind of guy I'd want to be with at all. Not at all. But anyway, go for it. See, ask your mum. She's probably got more wisdom now, you know? Who she would have chosen as a human is probably different as who she will choose as a spirit. We've got the cone of water. She's saving something for a rainy day. She's saving some of the emotional stuff for later. She's sitting on some emotions until the time is right for the emotions to come out. Thank you, Timothy. With wisdom. She's got wisdom about that. Mother of flinging books around. The mother of mother. She writes books, she creates language, she builds bridges with words and ideas, helping you communicate. Okay, this is about the communication of those emotions. So she's holding them back right now because she's unable to communicate them. When we're in the thick of the emotions, we can't communicate them properly. Like that message that kept on coming out today about write it down like as a big thing and then send it, because it's hard, isn't it, to express emotions clearly without doing that? I find it hard anyway. Someone's holding emotions back here. Something's about to happen, and it's exciting, and it's big. It's inevitable. But there's an emotional aspect about this that is being held back at the moment because of an inability to communicate it just yet. Could be talking about ourselves, it could be talking about your person as well. They're unable to communicate yet because it's like that. So emotional, going through so much, all those burdens that the Lenormand was talking about. Impossible for them right now to communicate them. Okay, so if you've got no communication right now from somebody, there's the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. It kind of slid out, but I'm not taking it. The Ten of Air. End of pain, but this is the card of the Tarot, isn't it, in this deck? Tarot, yeah. Whenever tarot, cards of the tarot deck are like the unbound pages of a book. Whenever they're shuffled, new possibilities are created. Yeah, because it tells a story, doesn't it? And the order it comes out changes the story completely. They help us visualize the futures that we wish to create. We've got a lot of power and control over a situation. We've got more power over a situation than we think at the moment. Things are moving in a beneficial direction. And if they're not, you can easily change that by making new choices. You're not compelled to make the same choices or carry on the same burdens just because you carried a burden before. Once you realize it's a burden, you're allowed to drop it. You're allowed to let those plates smash instead of spinning them on those poles. You're like, no, I can't, because they'll break apart. So if you're like taking care of someone else, you're like, I can't drop that burden, otherwise they are going to crash. And it's like, yes, it's okay. Yes, the plates, they're going to fall, they're going to smash. It's okay though. The plates aren't your responsibility. That person isn't your responsibility. Someone needs to drop it and let it smash. I think this is saying, all of this is saying that someone has been in codependency. It might be you, it might be them, your person. But that burden of codependency, that burden of taking care of someone else, there's no easy way out of that. You have to drop it. You just have to drop them and let them be where their vibration is, which is, if we've been holding someone up, holding their energy up, keeping them afloat, giving to them, helping them, when we stop doing that, yes, they're going to crash. They're going to go back to where they were, where their energy is at, for them to do it themselves, because we all need to do it for ourselves, because our lives are about us and our development, not about someone else taking care of us and, all of that stuff. Oh, how powerful. Join our community. Okay. Well, we've got an assisted tower moment coming up. Wouldn't surprise me if the tower card came out now. No, it was the Maiden of Earth. Oh, she's got things behind her. Okay. I thought it was just like, yay, no, it's all light and free. Maiden of Earth. Happy days, free of all no cares in the world, just like, yay. I do whatever I want. A very nice energy, but coming after all of these cards, it could seem like a very irresponsible thing to do. The Maiden of Earth, let me just tell you what it is from this book's perspective. She takes a place amongst the new blossoms of the field. She brings a sense of lightness and gratitude, joyful appreciation and celebration of everyday blessings. So what happens when you stop spinning the plates? The other person crashes, or you stop taking care of someone else. They crash, they go back to where they were before, and they can hate you for that. They're not grateful for you carrying them for the last however many years, but they hate you for dropping them. They hate that they're not getting that free energy from you anymore. But this is how you feel. Free and light, and you drop those burdens and you're like, suddenly, wow, so light. It's like when I'm doing here on this chair and I'm doing Bulgarian lunges. So I've got one foot up on there behind me. I'm doing lunges on one leg. And I've got one of those heavy weights that are over there. Can't see them at the moment. And I'm holding those heavy weights, and it's hard. And I'll do sets with that, and then body weight sets. I put those weights down and I do it, and it's like I'm not doing anything at all. An exercise that would have been hard if I'd have just done it body weight at first. Just feels like nothing when you put that weight down. So you feel amazing. So someone's going to feel amazing when they drop these burdens. And then we've got the 8 of Fire. They do like coming out, these gods, don't they? I like them coming out too. I like them. Here's Neptune. Chaos will ensue. Yeah, see? Chaos will ensue. Hello, Shanda. Yeah, codependents do seem to get together, right? We are attracted to them. Why? Because it's a thing that loving people have. It is, isn't it? So it's not necessarily a bad sign. It is dysfunctional. It is not good, but it's also, codependency is something that is more likely to be a dysfunction of the people that we want to be with. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm not saying it's a bad dysfunction, but it's a sign that a person, once they're out of that, is more likely to be the kind of person that you want to be with. So we could kind of call it a better dysfunction than others, but let's not do that because it is dysfunctional still. But I agree, Timothy, and I think, yeah, I think we are more likely to get attracted with someone that's in that or been that too, codependent. And yeah, and once a smoker, always a smoker. Once a codependent, always a codependent. Very easy to slip back into it. Might need to help each other to see it clearly too. There's a saying about magic being done with smoke and mirrors. Neptune's the master of smoke and mirrors, and most of his magic focuses on the mind. His energy covers the world with a blanket of romance and glamour. Beguiling mists cover the mundane and inspire the mind to dream or trick it into believing illusions. In this altered state, induced by Neptune's charms, the mind relaxes, logic blurs. This is like the lull of the narcissist, isn't it? Hello, Ipsita. Dash. In this altered state, so they put you in an altered state by charming you. In this altered state induced by Neptune's charms, the mind relaxes, logic blurs, and synapses make new connections, allowing a welling up of psychic tendencies and letting flow the feelings of compassion, sensitivity, and tolerance. The Eight of Fire lulls us into daydreams and fantasies. Oh, that's how we're susceptible to them. Yes, you can super chat. Ipsito, if you want a mini. Check out the pinned comment up top, it tells you all about it. Wow. So you know how we had the fox card before about a manipulative person? People that put the charm on. I'm more aware of it now. That whole "why are you being so nice to me" thing. Yeah. There is one person at the moment who's trying to do that with me. I'm wary as hell of her. She's too nice and compliments me and stuff, but I can just tell she's trying to sweeten me up for something. I can just tell. No, I don't like it. Anyway, they try it, these narcissist types. The charmers, so that our mind relaxes, logic blurs, synapses make new connections. Why do they do this to us in particular? Because they know we can easily tap into our empathy and stuff like that. They can pick the ones that are going to be a pushover. And yeah, and that's how we get conned into this. We get lured into this, opening our hearts with them, get charmed into it. Watch out. Logic takes a back seat as our soul craves mystery and illusion, and sometimes our hearts crave love as well. Once the mind is quieted and open, we begin to accept and then they embrace the possibilities of dreams coming true. And Neptune knows that belief is the first step toward creation. You see, is it a fantasy, a good one? Is it have we been lulled into it? We need to know the difference. Smoke and mirrors. This isn't saying either way. This isn't saying that someone is either deceptive or not. This isn't saying whether your fantasy is real or not. This is saying you need to know that. You need to know yourself. How easily are you conned now into giving? Crown of Fire. What's she saying? She's saying she blows out the flame. Snuff. There's a time and a season for everything. She's here to usher the ending, the dying of a fire. She's quite clear about it. She's quite clear about a no. She'll snuff things out. She will stop spinning those plates. Once she realizes, she's like, no. Very Queen of Swords kind of an energy from the Crown of Fire there. Very clear about it. Let's do some minis. Thanks for your donations, everybody. Timothy first. Timothy. General guidance for you. Thanks, Ipsita. Oh, what's that currency? Timothy, general guidance for you. Challenging work. What's work? Well, the work is that we put into anything, inner work. Work on relationships as well. The amount of effort that you're prepared to put into things. That's what work is. It's a challenge. You're up for a challenge. Okay, be careful. Okay. Indian rupees. I don't think I've ever seen that symbol before. It's pretty. Okay. You like a challenge, Timothy? Yes. That's a good thing, right? It's a good thing to like challenge. We like solving problems, like fixing stuff. It's great to do that, but not in relationships, right? It's like, oh, here's a challenge. Here's a project to take on. This is about your willingness. But I'm getting something out of this. Your challenges. Maybe you need to challenge yourself more in other things to satisfy that craving that you've got to overcome challenges. Let's get another couple of cards out. Just be careful of being willing to do too much work in relationships. Choose something easier. Yeah. Be careful of putting too much work into relationships. And if you catch yourself doing it, go, oh, I love a good problem. Maybe this relationship. Do you know what I mean? You can love a good problem to fix. That's great, but in relationships, no. No, not people. Not people. So choose something easier, something that's just easy, reciprocal, easy, not that much work. It's tempting for you. Hey, especially because you're into all of this too, so it can be very tempting, right? Yeah, because I am interested in human beings, right? And the way that our minds work and our energy and all of that, it's interesting to me, really interesting. The more you heal yourself, the more interesting you find it, right? And that can make you susceptible to seeing these things in other people and thinking, oh, I can help you. Or just be more interested in people, you know? Yeah, there you go. You're choosing a challenging one. And it's not good for you. Choose something easier, but don't negate that in you as well. You enjoy challenges, so how can you direct that energy into something that's good for you and remove it from the relationship arena? Let's make relationships easy and let's choose challenges in other areas of our life. Timothy, that's for you. Next, we've got Sue again. Oh, Ipsita, you're after this one. Sue, I pay someone for bass lessons. Could be seen as codependence because of who gives me the lessons. I receive a service, so I don't see it that way. No, you're not wrong. It's not codependence, but just let me check with your higher self. Pay someone for bass lessons. Is it codependence? Yes. Why? That surprises me. Well, I guess that the reason you're asking that, why are you doing it then? Are you doing it to help them out? To support them? Are you paying for a service that you don't really want just to help somebody out? That would be codependency. Yeah, just because there's a difference, isn't there, in wanting a service for us or helping them out. Like, For example, I help out at the gym financially, and that could be seen as codependence, right? If it wasn't true that I that service to me is worth way more. Not they lending them money or anything like that, but I'm paid back in training, and to me they charge me like way too little for training anyway. It's one of the most important things in my life, and it's one of the cheapest things in my life, right? Hey, and I trained with them. Number one, I went to fight night and I was let in for free. I knew that they wouldn't charge me, and I drank for free in there. Two, in fact, I did go and get myself a bottle of water and paid for it from a member of staff that didn't know me at one point because I was feeling bad about it. Then the next day, on Saturday, I went training there in the afternoon. Tried to pay. No, you don't pay, Claire. And I'm like, okay. But that to me, it is very valuable, right? And so that's not codependence in me helping them out financially, because I would honestly pay way more for it. But if I think back to, if I think back to 2020, when this island started doing badly from the lack of tourism, codependence came out in me in that I would order food in all the time instead of cooking to try and keep the businesses afloat, damaging my well-being in a way because I was getting food that that I don't eat now. And I had to stop doing that. And I'm like, I don't need to keep these businesses afloat and my health suffer from it because I'm eating the wrong stuff. I had to back off from, and that was codependent. So you've got to get support and wait here. So it could be that you're being over supportive. It's just your reasons why. So you love your lessons, but you do it to teach self-worth. Yeah, you see, there's the codependency. That's the codependent part in it. You don't need to teach anyone anything. You do love it. It's tricky, isn't it? Anyway, wait. You're being over supportive at the moment about it, but wait. It's saying this is a tricky one because you love it. So wait, don't make a change yet. Doubt cancels abundance. There you have it, and you already said it. To teach self-worth. Okay, you think you're teaching self-worth, and doubt cancels abundance. This is saying it's on you. So yes, whenever we feel like we need to teach like self-worth or stuff, that's because we've not really got the lesson ourselves yet. We want to teach things before we've fully mastered stuff ourselves yet. Anyway, it's unfolding for you is what that's saying. That's why you got the white card. This is unfolding already. The story's unfolding. It's interesting that you asked that question in the first place, isn't it? It shows that you're already aware that it's borderline. And it will be, right? And codependency, like I said, once a smoker, always a smoker. Once a codependent, always a codependent. You can have those tendencies all the time. I have to watch myself. There's a spider building a web from the camera. Just something else. I don't know what. You have to watch yourself, and I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Well, it's changing now. This week we're going to be looking for land and for building a new gym and stadium. That's exciting. Totally different if I'm in ownership of the business, for part owner. Just be careful of that though, the teaching thing. It's you. This doubt cancels abundance. It's you that's still learning about abundance, still learning about self-worth and all of that kind of thing. So, mirrors. Smoke and mirrors, Sue. It's Sita. You've blocked Raushan, who's a Libra, without his knowledge. How will he feel when he knows that I've blocked him? So I was going to find out somehow by trying to message you or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. How's he going to feel? Well, be with nature and overwhelmed. Overwhelmed is how it's going to feel. So it feels to me like you're offering a lot of energy to Raushan. Am I saying that right? It feels to me like you're offering a lot of energy and might feel like his safety net, whether that's financial or emotional or something like that, his safety net has been whipped out from underneath him. And that's probably why you did it, right? Feeling like things were imbalanced and it was a drain to you. Be with nature card is good. Like, he'll get over it. He'll get over it. You see, yeah, COVID related too. So COVID comes around and suddenly our codependence clicks back in again and we're like, I need to help them. Raushan, very overwhelmed. I don't mean to worry you, but if Raushan has got like anxiety problems with anxiety, you could kind of get into a bit of a panic with this. 2 overwhelming cards is big. But be with nature and the love what is. It is going to deal with it. Don't worry about it. It's going to deal with it. Yeah, you were offering too much energy, and that's what happens. Like I was saying before, when we drop that codependency and we let go, the plates crash. They do, and it's okay. But it's okay for them to crash. That would have happened anyway if we didn't step in and start spinning them ourselves. So a bit of a crash, but he'll get over it. Yeah, it's going to impact him because you've been giving a lot of energy to him. Would he try and contact? No. Well, he might try, and that's how he finds out that it's blocked, kind of thing. But is he going to go out of his way to contact? No. No. But good job. Good for you for doing that, really. Yeah, exhausting. I was feeling it. And now that exhaustion goes from you to him back onto his shoulders where it belongs, you know? We don't need to carry that for people. We don't need to take their energy on. He needs to learn from his own energy, right? We do it, right? We take their energy and then we transmute it and we try and help them, and then we realize, now I'm exhausted and they're okay. But this is their stuff, not my stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the collective now. Tara, anyone else wants a mini read? I've batched them up. So I have those requests coming in and I'll batch them up once we get through this line of tarot. So what have we got here? We've got something that's inevitable. It's very exciting, kind of a new start. But emotions are being held back, uncommunicated at the moment, impossible to talk about it at the moment because too much is going on. There's something ending. And when that ending happens, it changes the story completely, and then suddenly all this lightness, dropping the burdens, someone else gets the heaviness, you get the lightness. Then, what was this? I can't remember. 8 of Fire was... What was the 8 of Fire? Neptune was saying it could be positive, it could be negative. It could be a fantasy that's manifesting, or we could be lulled into a false fantasy. We might need to snuff something out if it's a false fantasy, if we realize it's a false fantasy. And that's so tricky, isn't it, to find out. So let's get on with the Miserable Lady deck. Oh, well, you're in the right place, Sita. We're all recovering codependence in here. Have to believe in like spiritual stuff, and then finding out that it works against us if we do that, and doesn't allow us to be in healthy relationships when we do that. We've got the Eight of Wands. Woo! Direction, communication, manifestation. She's got the power. She's got the power. Very good energy card, that. It's like go time for communication is what it feels like. Eight of Wands. We might be talking about future stuff here now. Where's the Wands? There. She's created her circle and called on the god and goddess and the quarters. She's raised the energy. Yeah, she's got good energy now. She's doing something about it. She has the skill and experience to direct it. All of this is second nature to her. Very empowered kind of an energy here. Oh, she's able to do it quickly and effortlessly. She makes it look so easy. Once she's in this energy, once you're free of that stuff, then you've got your energy for yourself and you can use that for the good of you. And wow, then you can really do some good stuff. So then you've got your energy. You've harnessed your energy again for you and your life, which is where you've got your only power is. And then you can really use it instead of squandering it in places where you can't use it. What is that? Oh, it's a bird. A big bird. Yeah, before we can do anything big, we need to harness our energy and we need to realize where it's been squandered and pull that back in again. And then the Eight of Wands is like the target card. Then we've got all of our energy to put into reaching our goals. Then we've got the King of Wands, knowing what it is that we want and going for it. Again, a very powerful card there too. And then the Hermit. Hermit, holding our energy back, going within. Let's read it out of this deck with a Hermit. No. The Hermit knows that she must sometimes put herself first. Often, more than we have been for sure. Downtime has to be a priority. Oh, I enjoyed my downtime this weekend. It was so nice. I know I live on a tropical island, right? Not so far from the beach, but just being in a room that is so close to the beach like that, where I could just literally bikini walk outside, and go for a swim, have a massage, and then eat something just right there within meters. So relaxing. Downtime has to be a priority. Without it, she cannot recharge her soul. And I got a call from my friend as well at the gym saying, come over in the evening. I was already asleep. I was just so relaxed. I'd fallen asleep at like 8 o'clock or something like that. Without it, she cannot recharge her soul. As she continues to grow and change, she must continually reassess her beliefs. Retreating from distractions to touch base with her own heart is not a once-in-a-lifetime event, but a regular date with herself. Nice! This energy has been coming out a lot. Self-love, self-nurturing, taking time off. It pretty much came up in all of the full moon private readings that I did, which are still available, by the way, on behealing.com. I haven't had a chance to take them off yet. I didn't do that much work yesterday when I got back. I just did all the readings that had come in over the weekend. The privates. So we need, and in all of them for this full moon, it was this energy of relaxation, taking time out, especially for our connection, hey, for the ideas that we want, for that guidance. It happens so easily if we just take time out, go on holiday. But if we stay in the thick of it, doing all the time and busy, very difficult to tap into our guidance. We can, but it's free flowing. If we get into that self-nurturing relaxation state, it's free flow. It's good stuff. Thank you, Ipsita. Anyone else want a mini read? You've got time yet because I think we're going to do another row of tarot, so this is probably going to be a 2-hour show. Then we've got the Knight of Wands. All of this Wands energy. Wow. A lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of movement, a lot of claiming, a lot of action taken here. But this could be future energy. Knight of Wands could be like a passionate love offer as well. The Ten of Swords, there it is again, the Ten of Swords energy of releasing it. Like she's released those burdens, the pain. She's come out of it like the phoenix, rising from that trouble as a stronger and more powerful self. Same as the Ten of Air here, same place. And the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, ready for all of this. The happily ever after. Success in all things. Car being cleaned out there. Happy look. Two tens together. One more card or two. One. So I'm thinking like, even though I'm thinking that this is what this is saying is, once you've reclaimed your energy through all of this stuff on the top row, you're going to have all this energy for yourself and you're going to have direction and purpose and have these goals. It's saying, even then, don't get swept up in that. Even then, take time out to rest, recuperate, relax, because you'll get even more guidance through that. To take action. So at the point where you've dropped your burdens, you might feel, now I've got my energy, you feel like driving force, then you might start taking control of everything and forget about your connection. But don't do that. Keep doing this time out thing. You know, I was thinking, when I was on the ferry on the way home yesterday afternoon, I'm like, I should do this more often. I should go away for the weekend more often like that because it was so good. I could even do it on this island. I could go book myself a room on a beach, on another beach. Yeah, I could do it here. It wouldn't be the same here though. Not too many people. Yeah. I do need to do it more often, and that's what these cards are saying too. You need to do it more often. Knight of Wands, because then you're going to get more ones. Then you're going to get the guidance to go with that, to how to use that energy. Yeah, so that the movement forwards will be better for you. Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Less the end of the pain, the more of the success and manifestations and stuff that you want. Five of Wands, it's going to take practice, especially this cycle of nurturing, of power, of using your energy, directing it, and then taking a step back and loving and nurturing yourself and all of that. The Five of Wands, it's going to take practice. You're going to have to learn this new way of balancing yourself up. Because you know how it is. As soon as we get like an injection of energy and power like that, we feel empowered. It's just so easy to just let go. I've got this. It's all about me. Disconnect from our guidance because we feel like we've got it all under control and it's all working out now. And then what happens when we go down that route? It isn't. It doesn't. So we need to get that balance right. Oh, coffee's good this morning. Ipsita is Dev. I can't say that. Devi, my soulmate. Is this a lifetime connection? Interesting. Soulmate or lifetime connection, let's ask that. Because, you know, soulmates, we're connected to everyone, really. And are we talking about soulmate, someone that we're going to be with forever kind of thing, a long-term relationship? I think you are. Or we're connected to everyone, so it's tricky. And these concepts of twin flames and soulmates and stuff can be really tricky, right? This is yours now. Is it a lifetime connection with Devi? Yes. Tell us about that. Tell us about Devi. Dev. Lifetime connection. It's love. It's unconditional love. Nice. So intuitively, you know that. Excellent. The love card is excellent. It's not lovers or anything like that. It's love. It's unconditional. Opens your heart as well. Causes you to be more creative, both of you. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. True feelings about you. Dev's true feelings about you. Very good energy. I'm uplifted by this energy tuning into Dev. Yes. Is he younger? Got a younger kind of an energy. True feelings. Initiate and brilliant. Dev's true feelings for you. Okay, there's an element here of wanting to take things slowly, of it being in the initiation phases, and no rush to rush that. No rush to get beyond that initiation stage at the moment. Happy to take their time with it. Because to Deb, this is a brilliant connection. Very positive, yeah. Very good energies. But there is that feeling of, I don't want to rush this. I don't want to mess this up. But I also don't want to rush these beginning stages either. Rush into a beginning stage even, because this is important and I want to be truly ready, is what I'm feeling now. He's 30, you're 29. Got young energy then. Like, what I mean by that is a fresh kind of eager about life kind of an energy. It's nice. It's one of the good aspects of youthful energy. Because let's face it, there's not that many good aspects of youthful energy. There was these kids, well, I say kids, young adults really, but they all just seem so ridiculously young now. Oh my God, now tourists are coming back. They all should be in school. They look like school children to me, and they're not. And just because we didn't have tourists for like 2 years, I forgot how young they are. And now they're 2 years younger than previous tourists. They look like they should be at school. Anyway, they're idiots. They're idiots. And I'm there lining up for the ferry with them, and just, oh, they're idiots. And some of them, right, trying things on for size. Do you know what I mean? Not really knowing who they are. Well, of course, young. We're talking 18, 19-year-olds, young, don't know who they are yet, but they were trying things on for size, like pretending this and that. And you could tell they were really uncomfortable in it. They weren't really holding that energy at all. But trying it on for size is just so interesting watching them. Awkward in themselves. So weird. Anyway, no, Dev's not that. The good side of the youthfulness, which is that eagerness and that, for life. Yeah, that's good. This moment, lovers. Wanting to keep it light at the moment. It's like, don't want to start things yet. So maybe it's just an age thing. Maybe it's just too soon. Wants to get some financial backing first, some kind of solid financial footing. Feels very serious to me. Very light at the moment, no, but don't take that as Dev not wanting something serious. Dev wants something serious later on. Yeah, nice energy and that nice mix of maturity and youthful energy. Probably got really good parents, hey? To have that not wanting to rush in kind of a mindset. Nice. Well, good luck with that. What should we get out now? Starchild Tarot or the Tarot of Mystical Moments? I'm feeling Starchild. Starchildish. You're welcome, Sita. Yeah, very nice energies, and all the more reason for that to stay away from that other one, hey, because that's not, yeah, that's a no energy, that other one that you were asking about before. From me, anyway. How was your friend? I began. Nah. Leave them blocked. And even if they, yeah, even if they get in touch, I would avoid it. I mean, your ego might like it if they try and get in touch, but don't go there. Okay, more tarot for the collective. Two of Swords. Undecided about a decision. I wonder who we're talking about now. Or not being able to see clearly at the moment to make a decision. Queen of Crystals. Maybe the feminine stability. Is it the feminine that can't make a decision here? Oh, it came out. I did my weekly read yesterday, my personal one, and it came about this decision about going into business. I get it because I'm all Nine of Pentacles energy, and I've got a lot of freedom right now. And doing the fight night on, not that I had any involvement in it at all, apart from guarding the money for a while for all of the winners and the losers too. They all get paid. I didn't have that much involvement. I helped clear up. I didn't have that much involvement, but it didn't matter. It felt like I was involved in it because my people were there, my team was there, and they were doing it, and it was exciting. And it's like, yes, this energy again. I'm so excited to put on our first fight night here again. Like, bring it on, let's do it. I love that. There's something so good, hey, about how we put it together, and even that team there, just all of it. I love it. Absolutely love it. It reminded me of that energy. And the owner of that gym gave me a lift to the ferry yesterday. And I said, so you're going to do one? Because that was like the first one that I've had post-COVID since we got shut down for fight nights in 2020. And I said, you're going to do one around each full moon, because they have a big full moon party on Copenhagen, you know. Probably heard about that. It's world famous. But there's a lot of people for full moon party there, and so they'll do it like the day after. Like, that's what it was this time. It was the day after the full moon party. And then what happens is the tourists from Copenhagen come here, which is why the ferry was so busy yesterday. So they had to put 2 ferries on for that one. And then we do our fight nights, right? So I was talking to him about that as he's riding me and his cute little son, who likes to attack me for some reason. But as we were riding back, I was talking about that. I said, are you going to do one each month then at full moon? He said, yeah. And I said, well, and then a few days later we will too. He said, well, you're going to come here. You're going to come here for our fight night before. Well, I said, well, you know what I might do? I might. Because that would be pretty cool. They had 250 there. It was big. 250 people. We could do, I'm getting ideas now, could do advertising there and get people to get the ferry. Where's your next destination kind of thing. Come and train with us and come to our fight night. And then that gives me 2 fight nights. And the hotel as well. They were saying just WhatsApp us if you're coming back for the next fight night. Just WhatsApp us and we'll have a room for you. So cool. I'm really excited about it. Anyway, Queen of Crystals. Two of Crystals. Decision up in the air. So 2 of Swords, 2 of Crystals. So about the stability, Queen of Crystals. Very stable. Maybe in finances and stuff like that. Decision to be made here. This could be about moving in with someone. It could be about going into business with someone in a relationship. But are you willing to give up your stability is it a good enough decision? This is what we're talking about. It's very exciting. Ace of Wands. There is again one of fire. Very exciting. Yes. But there's things to leave behind. There's emotional attachments to leave behind. And it could just be about the stability of it or quietness. Am I ready for two businesses again? I talked about it yet in the energy update today when I was doing two things at once. I was working on the yacht 12-hour shifts and I was running this business as well. It was full on. Now I have had the experience of kind of running that business and this at the same time 3-4 years ago. I can do it. I can. Anyway, decisions to make. Decisions to make, because there is an emotional attachment to leave behind in the making of the decision. You have to weigh things up, says the Two of Crystals. Oh, it could have been, oh, wait. It wasn't that. It was the Three of Pentacles and... No, I'm going to go again. I should have taken those two cards that flipped out before, because as soon as I put them back and I was shuffling again, I was getting the messages from them. It was the Three of Pentacles. It was about working with other people and collaborations and that kind of stuff. And the other card was, I can't remember. Anyway. What? Okay, we've got two options here. I can't put any more cards back because it's getting confusing. And the guides are getting annoyed with me. We've got two options here. So this is saying that you've got a choice to make here. And from a stable position, almost might be more difficult. You've got to weigh things up because you want to keep your balance. And this is talking about keeping your balance too, making sure that you nurture yourself even though you've got a very positive direction to go into, very empowered toward that. Ace of Wands, it's very exciting. Try not to get swept up with that. Here, this dude here, Neptune was saying about that, wasn't he? Be careful of not getting swept up into a fantasy, like have your head on your shoulders kind of thing. There is something to walk away from, an emotional attachment to walk away from. Then we got Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Getting clarity on what you're going to receive from it. That was in the energy update today as well. Getting clarity on what you're going to receive from it. So what's in it for me? Making sure it's not like a codependent thing. And also the Four of Cups along with the Five of Cups. Wow. Again, this is a message of not leaving yourself out. There's a good offer coming in, even though you've been through difficult times before. She's got bright, shiny cups there. Hey, Bobby. So if we're talking about love, this is talking of the Four and the Five of Cups. So interesting energy together there. It's like I've been burned before. I'm hurt. I've hurt before. That could be the emotional attachment to walk away from. Is it going to be the same this time, or have you learned a hell of a lot more about yourself? I know for me, myself, and those of you, I'm sure would concur with this. Those of you guys that are in here regularly with me and have been for a long time. We know ourselves a whole lot more now, hey? And we can rely on ourselves and we can trust ourselves to make different decisions. So all the spilt cups from previous relationships and stuff, I'm just seeing this as very positive energy, this Four of Cups. You've got a new offer coming in, the Four of Cups. And these are blingy and golden cups here. The Five of Cups, where you've been left out before, that there's a lot of darkness in there. They're all dark cups there, and it seems very confusing. confused energy, but she's clear there, and she's got shiny cups like that Queen of Crystals, shiny, like stable. I've got this now. You got this now. If we're talking about love, but we could be talking about business. Could be talking about business and love. There's a lot of newness happening, and it's exciting. Okay, who else have we got here? The mini reads. Anyone else want a mini read? Because I'm about to finish. Ashley. Ashley. Got a question, Ashley? If you want a mini read, check out the pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat. I'll get myself some more coffee while I'm waiting on Ashley's question for the reading. Whoa. That much coffee. Well, maybe I need that much coffee today. Oh. Put it all in my hand. I'm making a mess. Okay, got coffee. Ashley, have you got a question for your reading? It's cold. It's very messy, look. I tried to clean it up, I didn't do a very good job. I've got some private full moon readings, which is about, I've got some left. They're $30 off at the moment on behealing.com, which is, I will be taking them off my website very shortly because the full moon is over now. That was on Friday, wasn't it? But if you want one of those, get in there. And also join us in our Facebook group. There. If you want to be part of the community, we will let you in there. Come along next time for the next show as well, which is in 2 days' time. Always the same time. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for me. It's Monday for me right now. It might be Sunday for you. It might be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday for you. Ashley! Oh, no. It's not a donation. It's not a donation. It's someone ordered something. Don't worry about it. It's all right, Timothy. I was confused. Okay, so thanks everyone for coming along. I hope you have a great day. And let me know if good things happen. Good things are happening for me right now. Yeah, join our Facebook group. And yeah, let's do this all over again in 2 days' time. I'll see you then. Bye. Thanks for all of your donations. See you next time. Thanks, Timothy, for your help. And you, Chris.